the summer of 1188, the Arabian army, commanded by Saladin, after marching for weeks through the desert on a religious crusade, finally arrives in the green, fertile lands surrounding Jerusalem. This city is the jewel of the Middle East and the target of all religious orders in the region. Upon arriving, the Arabians prepare to encircle the city and wait for the bulk of the Arabian army to arrive. However, the king of Jerusalem has received word that the kingdom of Antioch managed to defeat the Arabians and is a day's march away. The Crusaders sally out to drive back the Arabians and give time for the kingdom of Antioch to enter the city. If they fail, Antioch will be caught outside the walls when the siege of Jerusalem commences, which could cause the city to fall way before they would like it to. The situation for Jerusalem is dire. All men of true heart must give all to defend the holy city. Following their defeat against Antioch, the Arabians are determined to have victory for their sultan and to redeem themselves. The Crusaders are determined not to let the city become their grave and will fight to the death to defend Jerusalem. Welcome, Kingsmen. I hope you guys are all doing well. Thank you for joining me for yet another Crusader scenario. Today we have the Ayyubid Sultanate going up against a sally out force of the Kingdom of Jerusalem. Now the Kingdom of Jerusalem is going to be fighting closer to the walls. They're going to have advantage of their crossbows on the walls, arrow towers, and catapults, of course. So it's going to be an epic battle, which is going to start out by some cav, I believe, kind of poking out on the side. We got two catapults on the Ayyubid side. Of course, they were just expecting to encircle the town and wait for the bulk of the Arabian army to arrive. And instead, they find themselves at risk of being driven off until the bulk of the army arrives. And of course, Antioch is almost here, so the Kingdom of Jerusalem wants to buy as much time. They want to get Antioch in the walls, and if they push back this attacking force, it's going to be a big advantage on the next battle. Which is, I love scenarios of this type, guys, where one thing leads to the next. So the stakes are being that Antioch can be inside the wall versus outside the wall in the next siege battle. So looks like Ayyubids are pushing some of their cav out to the right. They have cav, of course, on the left. Spears on the flanks, some medium shock infantry, and then heavy shocks and Naftun in the back, and their heavy swords, of course, along with some more spearmen. I mean, they have been marching across this desert. They've been ambushed. They have been pushed back by Antioch. They want a victory today. They're like, we need one. I mean, the Holy City will be the ultimate victory, but, you know, can't always get what you want when you want it. And so they're just pushing up, starting to see some cav inching up in infantry. So the Crusaders have a line of mainly just their heavy melee infantry, have some pikes. Oh, here come the the catapults, which, oh my goodness, shredded this line. Look at that. I'm sorry, buddy. Just flatten some guys here. That's not very that's very demoralizing. But what I was saying, have some shock infantry in the back. Oh, here comes some more. Softening up this line of defenses, just puncturing holes. Did they get the captain of this? I think they got the captain of that, pike unit. So some cav kind of staring down at the other cav, at the knights. And these knights, guys, were part of the ambush that failed, unfortunately. Part of the ambush that failed. These crossbows are going to be doing their part. Unfortunately, their part is not yet. Oh gosh. Here I'm trying to do something fancy with the camera. Not working. Catapults are about to fire again. Look at this battle that is about to be joined. Oh, we got some cav coming. All right, we don't want to miss this. Oh. Just look at that. Just hitting him in the lines. And then, here come the cav. The cav engagement. Another cav clash. And some heavy shock cav hitting this side. And we got a reserve line over here, of course. In the meantime, these infantry are pushing up to engage the front line of the Crusaders. Saladin himself is leading this, and he will lead them to victory. Archers moving up to kind of support the back lines. They're going to probably open up a volley or two. Better watch out because the cavalry, or the... I can't talk, guys. Oh, you can see them. Catapults in the background coming out now, as they're going to probably exchange some shots. And look at this. Gorgeous shot here. Getting ready to clash as the cav keep fighting over here. Some medium cav, of course, breaking, or wavering, I should say. Just staring down at each other. These guys are in shield wall, so it's going to be better for them, of course, but look at all that artillery. And the clash begins. The order's been given. These guys, their axes are going into the Crusaders. No? As the artillery is going in. Now it begins. The battle has been joined. More infantry clashing. Some more infantry coming in. Okay, so spearmen have joined and helped break these heavy shock cav. I got some swordmen rushing around the flank. General, the Jerusalem general is back here. Only lost one man. He's helping with this fight. These swordmen are going to try to flank around, but oh no, this general is going to save his flank with a beautiful cav charge and just decimate these heavy melee. Bringing up some medium shock infantry now, as these archers are trying to focus the back lines. Let's see if they can help out. They're charging in, trying to back up the lines, which is what you want to do with shock infantry. Is you want them in after you already have other units in. Look at this. Just artillery going everywhere. So the line's kind of pretty steady. There's some weak points definitely in the Ayyubid Sultanate line. Right here, that's a weak point. I would be very cautious about that. Nothing. Okay, so the cav is moving out. Ready to engage this cav. Some spears moving up. And oh, look at this, guys. Archers totally exposed. And he sees it. These knights see it. This is an easy pickings for them. And there's nothing they're going to do about it. This is death for these archers. It's going to totally slaughter the archers. Other archers trying to run away. Neptune's coming up. Still this cav battle. Kind of looking better for the Ayyubids now, but look, as we have now more heavy shock infantry moving around the flank, getting focused down with the archers. That's a very, very good target. They don't have any shields. You want to focus them down. I still don't think they're actually taking out that many of them. Yeah, they're only taking out 3. So this line is not looking very good on either side right now, although the Arabians are definitely not having a very solid line. Oh man, these archers are getting focused down like crazy. Oh, Neptune's throwing some bombs, trying to weaken this center. These shock infantry are going to just hit the flanks. This is well placed right here. So this is beautiful also. The catapult's trying to focus down this center. Cav engagements over here, guys. And look, we've won over here for the most part, thankfully, as the Ayyubids. Cav caught over here, Cav caught over here. This is going to hold them up for a very long time, unfortunately. And all these spears are fighting against these spears. And here goes the countercharge in the backs of these infantry. This is very bad. Very bad. These guys are now being attacked in their rear, and that's going to hurt their morale a ton. Some heavy shock infantry being thrown into the mix. This should help punch through these lines. These Cav are now going for the back of the Arabian line, which is going to hurt, but they are also being hit by these shock and medium melee infantry. And now we have some wavering on both sides. Both sides, guys. Look, the Crusaders are wavering here, but the Arabians are wavering here because it got hit in the back. This is a very, very crucial moment. Who's going to win? As now these guys are going to be freed up to now hit the back line of the Crusaders, hopefully really hurting them. Catapults focusing down these back shock infantry. They need to not have a reserve. This is bad for these heavy shock cav. Shock infantry charging into the backs of these cav. This is very bad. These guys are going to do a lot of damage. Alright, so we got some breakage, but they're coming back. Oh my goodness, the friendly fire. The friendly fire, guys, is very sad. Alright, so the Crusaders have a chance. If they threw some troops into this, they could punch a hole in, go through the flank on both sides. It would work really, really well for them. Thankfully, the Ayyubids have now this right flank that they can use. All this cav and this infantry they can throw in because this line is starting to break as, oh, some massive breakage. There's an empty line. These guys could use this to punch through, just throw some reserves right through here. It'd be perfect. These Neptunes could also secure this flank, throwing some of their bombs. And the archers, of course, are focusing down. So I'm trying to hit. Oh, here it goes, guys. Oh, trying to weaken this center so these guys run, because I'm going to punch through it if I can. Archers focusing them down. This is going to really hurt this unit. They are just dying so fast against the heavy shot. Over here, we have basically one on the left flank. But look at all of these shock infantry that are just pouring through. This is bad for me. I have nothing really to combat a bunch of shock. Alright, so we broke this center. Now we can push through. If I had reserves, which I don't, I would have thrown everything I had through that one little break. But now we're engaging these spears. Just advance. Charge through. Don't be afraid. Do not fear. Oh, this battle is just so glorious. So I did throw some swordmen through, and then I'm flanking on the side of these swords. But that exposes this whole flank. But there's still a massive gap. If I had cav, or I wish I had something I could have thrown through. That would have been beautiful exploitation of focusing down a total flank. Now, he is doing amazingly well on this right flank. He swung his heavy shock infantry back and is hitting my heavy shock infantry. But my archers are hitting the backs of these guys, which is going to help. My cav also, I forgot, I missed this. My cav is going through the backs, and guys, look at this. His crossbows are focusing these guys down so fast. They never even made it. These guys have their backs turned. They're not even going to see this general hitting them, and they're going to run. These heavy shock, medium shock are going to deal with these cav, unfortunately, and any hope I had of running around amok in the back lines has been defeated by these crossbows. They slaughtered the Cavs back here. This is not doing well. They're wavering over here. A lot of wavering on my side. A lot of wavering as he has held this side beautifully, and I'm having to send up these heavy ranged melee. I have one over here, and I'm about to win over here, so I'll free up my left flank and my right flank, sort of. Over here, things aren't looking the greatest as his general's just clearing up these cav, unfortunately. This flank isn't looking the greatest, but I have a bunch of troops here. Look at all these troops just got freed up. We broke that line. These heavy shock cav totally wrecked the back of his line, and now I've freed up this right flank. His left flank, he charged out, and I had to throw in reserves. These guys are very weak. I'm about to have to throw in these heavy melee, as these guys are probably going to break any second, and these guys are going to have to charge. But look at all the archer fire. As we're now throwing them in. Throwing them into the fight, stopping this massive onslaught, and this could be the turning point. My archers are now focusing down these reinforcing Hospitaller knights, who are advancing all bloody, have lost over half. It's going to focus them down real fast. Over here, he is pushing me back. I mean, this whole side, I am losing. I need my cav to come. Thankfully, I have some spears, but they are going to be getting hit hard as they're only medium. I need to deal with these archers. They are executing my men. Oh, here, it looks like we are kind of on this left flank. We are definitely winning. We've broken him, but he has an almost totally fresh unit of Hospitaller or Templar Knights. My cav, however, I think is going to be charging them. Yep. So hopefully I can hurt them. Oh, yeah. Oh, that hurt them so much. It took him down 125 men. That was a beautiful charge by these knights. This general is throwing himself away. Unfortunately, he's he's running. He is running. Not dead, so his men will still fight. But things have just turned in the Arabians' favor as things need to, because look at this. Okay, we're just going for some more archers. Just trying to pick them apart because they are ruining me. He has definitely locked down this flank. I have locked down this flank. My cav, I hope are going to focus these guys down because we need to. I mean, thankfully, my archers are able to focus them down. We are starting to break, but we're also starting to waver on this side, on both sides. Okay, so the Cavs going back in. We're trying to totally annihilate these. This is a pity because this was a fresh unit, and we're going to definitely rout them. Still holding over here. I need to get these Cav in here. If they hit back lines, this is going to be a game changer because then they just have this one flank, which is doing well for them. But I'm holding them. My archers are focusing down these pikes. These pikes are deadly. Don't want those. These crossbows are just slaughtering these guys. I mean, they're just getting slaughtered. Okay, so we're going for the back lines. Here it is, the game changer right here, guys. Causing these guys to break almost immediately. And these medium pikes are going to break as well as they've been hitting the back. And he will just have his right flank, my left flank left. Of course over here, but hopefully this will break soon. They are wavering. So hopefully they will run, but also so are these medium spears. So, overview of the battlefield, it's looking good. I have one in the center. I have one on the right flank for the most part. He just has the left flank, which I can start reinforcing. He does still have his crossbows, guys. He does still have his crossbows, which are high on ammunition still, and I have to defeat all of them. These arrow towers also are executing everything. And look at this carnage, guys. I mean, oh, and look at the crossbows, just annihilating these units. But look at this carnage. This death. You can see where the Crusaders' line was, and it is just major death over here. These poor cabbages. The poor cabbages. And I mean, even the back lines, all the cav that have just been annihilated. So his crossbows are opening up fire. It's going to totally annihilate these infantry. I'm pulling back because these guys are dying so fast. As now I'm just clearing up. My guys are running because I'm losing over here. And my guys, if I throw back in, I'm going to be close to his crossbows. I need to reform. I still have some ammunition left, and I'm going to need to fire down his crossbows first. Trying to cause his pikemen to break. Focusing them down with everything I got. They're falling back. He still has some archers left, unfortunately. But also my heavy shock just left. They decided they were done. So the battle's kind of clearing up a little bit. This is a pretty strong unit of spears. So they're shaken, though. These guys are out of ammunition. The one thing that they need to do is now maybe charge the back lines of someone. Which is actually exactly what they're going to do. So charge the back line of these shock infantry who are braced for the other charge that I unfortunately missed. And now they are gone. Reforming my lines, sending some archer fire in to suppress these Crusaders that are left outside the walls. He has some... Oh, man. He has a decent amount of infantry left. So I think at this point, I just want to rest my men up a little bit because as you can see, they are wavering and I need to pull them back. This battle has cost me a lot more than I wanted it to. For I'm just about to be facing a siege. Oops. So they're running, actually. Oh my goodness, I can't. That's right. So running. They're running as the Crusaders are pursuing them. Archer fire coming in, trying to keep them back. But now I think it's going to take a small break. As I'm trying to save my ammo because this is going to be a problem. Yeah, this is going to be a problem. So he's reforming. I think let me fast forward here because I'm pretty sure... Oh, my cav do charge the backs of him. So these Crusaders are going to be caught outside. He sends his pikes to reinforce. A lot of confusion. Cav running away. Alright, so now he, I believe, reforms his lines. So we can kind of take a look at the forces I have left. I have some spears which actually are pretty healthy. I still have that Mluk foot guard, which is pretty healthy, but I have low ammo. And he has, as you can see, guys, pretty decent ammo. So he's fallen back. He's definitely fallen back. These poor souls, look how many men have died, my goodness. This is not even the siege yet, guys. Like, the siege hasn't even started. And now, oh, oops. I do believe I'm starting to try to focus them down as they are running back. Oh, never mind. I'm actually focusing down his men on the walls. Which I don't have a whole lot of ammo, so this is going to be kind of tough. But look at all this arrow fire. Reminds me of the 300, whatever it is. Look how many arrows. Whew. Yeah, so we are definitely losing ammo. Because this happens for a little bit. Oh, the banner holder is down. At least one of them is. So I'm probably not getting as many kills as I would want to. Probably not getting as many kills as I want to, but I mean, we brought him down a little bit, you know. He's pulling his men inside the walls to heal, like, protect them from arrow fire. As I may actually be breaking these guys. I mean, this is a lot of arrows that probably are hitting and bouncing off. But, I'm using up almost all my ammunition as now I'm advancing, hoping to maybe go them into wasting their ammo on my lights who have ran out of ammunition. Which totally happens. I mean, you can see them dropping fast. They are dropping so fast. Yeah, there's 92 of them. Look at that, and then the oil just goes. Because for some reason the gate was open. Now, of course, it's useless. They run. And then he comes rushing out. And it hurts his own men, which is crazy. That friendly fire is crazy. So my arrows, for the most part, are all gone. So I'm advancing. I mean, I'm telling him to come and face me. Like a man. I should have sent my Saladin out there, but, you know. These crossbows, guys. These crossbows are just crazy. Oh gosh, I'm trying to get like this. It's really cool. They like hide behind the walls, but okay, he's coming out, and I'm sending my men in. The last desperate defense. Unfortunately, his pikes got down before I got there, so it's not going to do well for me. I'm trying to flank around. These guys are getting focused down by archer fire. It's not doing well for me. They're running already. Sending even more infantry in. Not going to do well for me, guys. I don't have a whole lot left, and he can take this out. Oh, yeah, he throws his heavy shock infantry in. As now, look at this. Look at my guys all wavering. So I'm like, well, shoot. Saladin needs to come in and give some encouragement. Shock infantry going in. Trying to punch a hole. These pikes are holding still. My guys keep running. Here comes my general. He rallies them. Encourages them and then runs back because the archer fire could kill him, and for him to die at the beginning of the siege would be disastrous. So I am running. My men are running. I have a little bit of cav left, which obviously now is going to go in. Oh, yeah. So it's going to freeze once or twice. His game kept freezing. He lives in like across the world from me, so I think the connection was terrible. So if it does, it's not your guys'. It's not my editing software, it's just the game freezing. So now we have this desperate fight right by the walls. Have some more infantry rushing in over here, trying to flank them. These pikes are just holding, guys. They're just holding. My guys, I'm trying to rush them in. These are going to be what's going to save me. I saved them for the last little bit because everything else is wavering. I mean, everything else is dying so fast. They keep wavering. They keep coming back. I have some archers to throw in, but... And then I discovered this, guys. Look at this. I was like, can I fit through here? Can I? And I tried. I tried it, and I got a little bit. I only got a little bit, but it was enough. Just enough to be able to get around the flank of these guys. And now... Oh my goodness. And now we have a massive fight over here too. And guys, I think this is it. I think his men break. And we managed to force the kingdom of Jerusalem back into their walls. Saladin has managed to push them back. Now Antioch will have to start outside the walls for the siege battle, which will be very interesting. It's going to be hopefully a 2v2 or a 2v1, and they'll both have just 20 units each, and I'll have 40. But yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. It was a lot of fun to play. Like I said, they're going to get a lot more competitive as I get better at the game. Let me know what you think about the scenarios, the story scenarios, of course. And also, what other scenarios you like to see, any ideas, even with like Napoleon and that sort of thing. I would love to try any of those. So... if you guys would also like to be a part of these, you definitely can join my Discord. Links in the description, and you can join the battles when we post them up. So as you can see here, lost a lot of men, so did he. My heavy shock cav got 435 kills. That was the most kills I think I got. For him, both of his heavy shock infantry got a ton of kills. I mean, almost 300 each. No, well, not almost 300. This got close to 300. But, yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. And leave a like, a comment. If you're not subscribed, I'm trying to reach 50. That's my next goal. I am 9 away. So any support you can give would be greatly appreciated. You guys have a great rest of your day. You guys all stay safe. And I'll catch you all in another video.